Samosas of wrath. Wrath is anger. Some people started making samosas, mixing condoms, stones, and other stuff into it because they lost a contract. This story, horrifying, had happened on a big company. And I'm going to explain to you what happened here, that some members of one community were involved in this. And there is a takeaway from this particular incident. And I'm really going to stress on that after I tell you what happened. Two different incidents, but similar kind of a backdrop. Here we go. SRS is a company that used to supply food to Tata Motors in Punyanagari or Pune. They lost their contract with Tata Motors, and I guess one of their last shipments, they shipped samosas with condoms and many other things. And I'm going to give you the details. Samosa stuffed with condoms, stones, and tobacco were supplied to Tata Motors canteen in Pune. Rahim Sheikh, Azhar Sheikh, Mazhar Sheikh, Azhar without the H Sheikh, and Vicky Sheikh were booked. They committed crime in anger after company cancelled its contract with SRS. The owner of SRS company, Rahim Sheikh, was also booked. Looks like it's a family-run business. What's very unfortunate is when you lose a contract, you need to introspect and see what exactly went wrong and go about fixing that. This is the right way to do it. As to why they did this thing baffles my mind, really. Now, this is not all. In Vadodara, that is Baroda, samosas mixed with beef were supplied by one samosa maker called Hussaini Samosa Center. This has been in the news on social media for the last couple of days. Now there have been some arrests. What really happened? Yusuf Sheikh and Naeem Sheikh used to sell meat samosa to shops. They used to prepare half-cooked meat samosa and supply them to shops across the city. During a raid, police recovered 113 kilograms of meat, which after testing turned out to be beef. Police also arrested Yusuf, Naeem, Hanif, Dilawar, Moin and Mobeen. Beef supplier Imran Qureshi has also been arrested. Now, this to me is really unfortunate. Remember that cow meat is banned in India, but it's a different matter that some states, especially Kerala, believe that it is the birthright to have beef. In fact, I'm also hearing many biryani shops in Tamil Nadu, and I think they are now spreading to other southern states also, are having biryani where there is beef mixed in that also. So why are you trying to make this? Why are you trying to offend the sensibilities of the majority community who are really your customers? All my Muslim brothers and sisters, you need to take a step back and take stock. Most of you are self-employed. You have your own businesses, which means you need to be 100% in trying to be upfront of a problem or ahead of a problem. Whenever there's a problem, you need to get ahead of it rather than try to pass it off. If you don't do that, you're going to lose business, and this becomes a downward spiral as the community itself gets tarred. In fact, 2-3 years ago, I don't know how many of you remember this, I used to have a couple of hangouts with T.G. Mohandas of VHS, and we talked about what happened during the halal controversy in Kerala. What had happened at that time was that there was a debate on television about halal food, and one halal expert said that he spits in every food that he certifies. And then everybody said, yeah, we do this because that is what halal is. They were thinking that this meant that was good, but we were just coming off of COVID. People were horrified. Suddenly there was a boycott of all those restaurants which said that we use halal meat. And then what happened? The halal boards were taken down by these restaurants. They tried to change the color paint to try and make it look like, they have turned a new leaf. Unfortunately, there was some messaging there also. They used a certain background and certain foreground letters to indicate that even though there is no halal mentioned, that restaurant still uses halal meat. But long story short, many who used to go and eat there stopped going there. The employees don't change. You can even put Hindu symbols, Hindu gods and goddesses to make it look like it was a Hindu restaurant. But once people understand, there is a sixth sense about all these things. You can change the board of a restaurant, but you can't change the people who are working there. If there is a regular customer, they can recognize all these things. So that has really hurt the community. So going forward, what should the community do? Well, one good news, and that gives me a lot of hope, is that during the high days of ISIS, the least recruitment happened from India of Muslims. And that gives me hope that 95% of you are realizing that you're thriving in India, that it is safer to be in India than any other country. So why are you allowing the remaining 5% or even less than that to wag the tail? Why do you give them the room to try and sow seeds of hatred? And then when caught, cry victim. And this is something that the community needs to retrospect and take a forward step and make sure that you identify the bad elements and discard them. Because as time progresses with time, I can tell you that the special benefits that some minorities enjoyed will go away. The law will be the same. Whether UCC, that is Uniform Civil Code, gets passed as a law or not, people will start treating everybody with the same yardstick. No special treatment. This is already given as a matter of fact. Many places, nobody gives you any extra miles because you happen to be from a minority community. You've been that for too long. And also you are now 20%. No, that's not a minority. You're also another majority community. So in following the law, everybody benefits and the country benefits. I hope that this message reaches everyone and that you understand where I'm coming from. I don't want anybody to get hurt just because of a few bad apples. But a few bad apples do ruin the whole basket. That's my concern. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the